हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम यू ऑल हियर। यदि आपने अब तक हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो अभी दबाएं सब्सक्राइब बटन को। इसके बगल में दिए गए बेल आइकन को दबाना न भूलें ताकि हमारे सारे नए वीडियोज़ आपको सबसे पहले देखने को मिलें। धन्यवाद।
हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज इस लॉकडाउन में ये मेरा तीसरा क्लास है। मैंने एनसीईआरटी के क्लास 9th का मैथमेटिक्स एक्सरसाइज 1.1 पिछले क्लास में पढ़ाया और आज मैं एक्सरसाइज 1.2 के बारे में आज मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगा। इसको बताने से पहले हम आपको ये बताना चाहेंगे कि पिछले क्लास में हमने आपसे कहा था कि जो नंबर्स रेशनल नहीं है उन नंबर्स को इरेशनल नंबर बोला जाता है और दोज नंबर्स आर नॉट रेशनल, दे आर कॉल्ड इरेशनल नंबर। वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम टोल्ड बाय द ग्रेट ग्रीक मैथमेटिशियन and philosopher Pythagoras. About 400 BC, he told about the such numbers which are not rational number. These numbers called by him as irrational numbers. So students, it was the some historical background about the irrational numbers. As I instructed you, I would like to explain today how to draw the numbers on the real number line. So students, in previous class 7th, 8th, 6th, you had studied how to represent rational numbers on the number line. So I will not discuss about the rational numbers representation. Only I will repeat here about the irrational numbers. So first of all, I would like to start the representation of irrational number, and before starting it, two things I would like to explain. The name of two mathematicians are Dedekind. One mathematician are Dedekind and another is George Cantor. German mathematician told very first time for every real number there is a point, unique point on the number line, and vice versa. For every point on the real number line represents a unique number. So on that behalf we are representing the real numbers, means either it is rational or irrational. Both numbers can be represented on the real number line. So first of all I would like to represent irrational number root 2. So let us see about the representation of root 2 on the real number line. So let us see how to represent root 2. Example, locate root 2 on the number line. You can see how to locate. This root 2 can be expressed as 1 plus 1, and this 1 can be written as 1 square plus 1 square. As you had studied in class 8 Pythagoras theorem, if you are taking base 1 unit and altitude or height of the triangle 1 unit, so hypotenuse of this right triangle will become root 2. So let us see how to represent it on the number line. So first of all, we will draw a line to represent number line. So let us see how to represent the number line using a scale. Since it is a number line, you can extend in the both direction indefinitely. Now I would like to mark one unit, equal units. So see how I will locate. So you can see, student, you are observing here one line and here equal gradings, equal unit distance I have taken. In on board I took very large unit. 1 unit is here 3 inch in my picture, but you will take inch in your notebooks. So first of all, I would like to locate this one is as 0, second one is 1, 2, 3, and before it, suppose you are increasing it in this direction, so here -1. No need to locate whole number line. You will locate how much part of the line is required for the representing. So since we want to take base as 1 unit, so from 0 to 1 it will become base. So base is already here 1 unit, and for making 90-degree angle I am using my this notebook. So you can see every angle of this notebook is of 90 degrees, so I am using here it for making, but you will use your protector for making 90-degree angle. With the help of protector you will make the 90-degree angle. So you can see here exactly 90-degree angle. Now how much unit you are taking, you can see how much distance is this. It is your compass, so you use compass needle at 0 and pencil at the point 1, and same distance you cut from the point 1, and like this it will cut at this point. Main thing is that both unit distances should be same. These two distances should be same. I think you can use your compass like this. Take this distance and again cut at this point like this. Since there I have no compass in this time, so I am using this method, and now I am going to join the hypotenuse of this triangle. So you can see it is 1 unit. It is also 1 unit. So its hypotenuse will become root 2. You can see applying here Pythagoras theorem. So how to locate the root 2 on the number line? Again you can use your compass at point O and put at O point and use your compass like this and swing it. When you will swing taking this distance which is hypotenuse, you swing the compass so it will intersect the number line at some place. Here you will get point of intersection of this arc. So locate like this. This point is P. Now you can see where this arc intersecting the real number line. This point is representing root 2 is represented by this line. So you can write here point P on number line represents root 2. So students, this is the method of representing root 2 on the real number line. Once more I would like to explain. First of all, you will draw the graded line and take equal distances. You can select any unit distance, how much you need. But all these distances should be equal. Now for a representation of root 2, you will illustrate it as 1 plus 1. 1 is square of 1, again 1 is square of 1. So rewrite it as base take 1 unit and height of the triangle 1 unit. So you can represent the root 2 as its hypotenuse. Hypotenuse of the triangle will give the length of root 2. So using your compass, put your compass here and swing it. It will intersect at some point. Locate it as point P. This point P is representing irrational number root 2. So this is the representation of root 2. Now see next question. Locate root 3 on the number line. So for representing this one, you can again root 3 can be rewrite as 2 plus 1. So this 2 can be written as root 2 whole square plus 1 square. Now you can see I obtained in previous question the value of root 2. Hypotenuse is root 2. So again you will make the right angle triangle on this hypotenuse. For making again 90-degree angle on the hypotenuse, I am going to using this notice pad. So I am using this one for making 90-degree angle on the hypotenuse just like this. But in place of this, since I have no protector, in place of protector I am using the corner of the notebook. You will use your protector for making 90-degree angle. So you can see here how to make 190 degree. You will make the 90-degree angle at the hypotenuse on this point. Suppose this is point A, this is point B. Now you can see again you will take 1 unit distance. Both OA is 1 unit, AB is also 1 unit, both are equal. You may take any one. So again you take the 1 unit height of the triangle. So just you use your compass and you mark on it like this. Same distances 1 unit, it is also 1 unit, it is also 1 unit. All these are 1 unit distance. Again you can join the hypotenuse, this one. You can see it is 1 unit, base is root 2, base is root 2. So again hypotenuse of this one, it will become root 3. This length will become root 3. And now use your compass. Put your compass needle at point O and pencil at the point, this C point, and take the arc of radius OC and swing the compass. It will mark at some point. Again I would like to explain. Put your compass at point O, or you can say it is 0, and take the distance or radius of the arc OC and swing the compass. So you will get an arc like this. Here you can see one more point. Suppose this point is Q. Here this point Q is representing root 3 on the number line. Is it clear to all? Here you can see previously located root 2, but when you are going to represent root 3, miss the middle these arc. What at point P? You don't mark like this because you don't want to get root 2, you want only root 3. So you can rub it for making the, for locating the root 3, you can clean it like this. You can clean this point, no need to represent root 2 when you are to represent the root 3. When you are going to represent root 3, you will follow same steps used for making root 2. But don't draw the arc for location of point P. No need to represent the root 2. Because you want to represent root 3 on the number line. So you can see this is arc taken as center O, radius OC, and mark like this. So the here point Q. So you may explain like this: point Q on the number line represents root 3. So this is the representation of the root 3. Now I would like to explain how to locate the position of root 5 on the number line. So let us see. You can see it is question number 3 of exercise 1.2 of your NCERT book. See how to locate this one. You can also write the root 5 as 4 plus 1. This 4 can be written as, you convert this number in the perfect square numbers. 4 and 1 both are perfect square. This is square of 2 and 1 is square of 1. Now it is clear that you will take base as 2 unit and height of the triangle, right angle triangle, is 1 unit. So same method you will apply. Just I am repeating the same process. I am locating a number line here. It is 0, 1, 2. You can extend it like this again. This is 3, it is 4. So see here, base, we want to take the base 2 units. So at this point, you will make the 90-degree angle at point 2. You can see that it is base OA. OA is 2 unit. and height again 1 unit. So you can see it is 1 unit distance. It is my compass. I am putting the compass needle at point A and marking like this. So one arc you will see like this. This point is suppose B. Now use scale for representing the hypotenuse of the triangle like this. Now see, again use your compass needle at point O and pencil at point B and swing the compass. After swinging the compass, you can see it will intersect the number line at some point. This point, suppose you are representing P. This point P is locating the root 5. So students, you had seen base is 2 unit and height of the triangle is 1 unit. So this hypotenuse will be of length root 5. And as you know, using compass swing below, so it will intersect the number line at point P. This point P represents root 5 on the number line. So this is the representation of root 5. How it is possible? It is possible only through using Pythagoras theorem. Yes student, now come to the exercise 1.2, question number 1. State whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answers. So see here, only true false question. Every irrational number is a real number. So you can see about the irrational number. So your answer will be here true. Why? You can see real numbers because the real number contains all the rational number as well as irrational number. You will mention here real numbers is the collection of rational and irrational number. It is the explanation or justification of the question number 1. Okay. Second part, every point on the number line is of the form m where m is a natural number. You can see the answer of this question is false because no negative number can be square root of any natural number. So this is its explanation. So this second one is false. Come to the question number 3. Every real number is an irrational number. You can see same question is here. You can see 1. It's just inverted form. You can see every real number. So your answer is here false. Because same answer you will write in here. Same thing. Real number contains all rational and irrational numbers. So all the real numbers are not irrational. It may be rational also. So answer is false and explanation is same as in question number 1 first part. Same explanation you may write it here. Now students, see question number 2. Are the square root of all positive integers irrational? See, you can see your answer is no. See its answer. Your answer will be no. Why? If you are taking the square root of any positive integer, it may be rational as well as irrational. One thing is here told, if not, give an example of the square root of a number. You can see, student, square root of 4. If you are finding the square root of 4, you will get 2, and 2 is rational number. Suppose you are taking the square root of 3, you will get root 4 is natural number and its square root is 2, and 2 is rational, but it is true only when root 3, root 2, root 5, root 7, etc. But there are some cases root 1 is equal to 1, so it is rational number. Root 9, if you are taking root 9, it will also one example, its root is a rational number. But in this question you can see it is written, are the square root of all positive integer is irrational? That's why its answer no. It is not possible all time. If not, give an example. Either you can give this example or this example. Both, any one of them you can give as the example. So this is answer of question number 2. So exercise 1.2 ends, and I will continue next exercise in next class. हमें उम्मीद है इस लॉकडाउन के समय आपको डायरेक्ट क्लास उपलब्ध नहीं हो पा रही है। मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि आप लोगों को ये क्लास पसंद आ रहा होगा, और हम चाहते हैं कि जितने भी 9th क्लास के और बच्चे हैं अपने विद्यालय के और आपके रिश्तेदारों में जहाँ पर भी हों, उन सबको लिंक से शेयर करें, ताकि इस विषम परिस्थिति में भी वो अपनी पढ़ाई को पूरा कर सकें। जय हिंद, जय भारत।